Welcome back to the Bad Influence Podcast, where we challenge conventional wisdom and dig deep into the truths that others might be too afraid to confront. Today, we're taking on a concept that's often misunderstood and misused, the idea of deserving. And let me ask you this. How often have you heard someone say, I deserve happiness or I deserve success? I hear that a lot, and I used to say that a lot until I changed my mindset. But here's the thing. What if I told you that focusing on what you think you deserve might be holding you back? What if the key to achieving your goals is letting go of entitlement and focusing on action instead? If you're ready to rethink what it really takes to succeed, this episode is for you. What we're about to discuss could change the way you think about success and happiness forever. So, imagine breaking free from the illusion of deserving and stepping into a mindset where your focus is on what you can do rather than what you believe you owe. This shift in perspective can completely transform your approach to life, to work, and to your relationships. It changes everything because you don't have this mentality where you're telling yourself like, I deserve this kind of partner, I deserve to have this kind of job, I deserve this life, without doing anything. Because here's the problem too. We live in a world where the fucking idea of deserving has become almost a mantra. You deserve to be happy. You deserve that promotion. You deserve better. While it might sound empowering, which it does, I learned the hard way that this mindset can be a trap. It creates a sense of entitlement that can lead to frustration, resentment, and inaction when things don't go your way. Plenty of you, I include myself on that, have gone through this and have felt the frustration, the resentment, and the inaction. Right? That happened my entire life. Every single day for years. That's how I felt. The problem with the deserving mindset is that it's based on the belief that the world owes you something simply because you exist or because you've endured certain hardships. But the harsh truth is life doesn't work that way. The universe doesn't operate on a system of fucking fairness or reward for suffering. No, it doesn't. Believing that you deserve something can make you passive, waiting for good things to come to you rather than taking the steps necessary to achieve them. This entitlement mentality can also lead to disappointment and bitterness. When you don't get what you believe you deserve, it's easy to fall into a cycle of self pity and blame. You start to see yourself as a victim. And that victim mentality can prevent you from taking the actions needed to change your situation. Again, I've done this my entire life. I was abandoned by my mom, pretty much like emotionally abandoned, and I was like, I deserve this and I deserve that because my mom was never there for me. My mom was out on vacation while I was staying at home, and I was just 8 years old. You know? Shit like that. So I felt like I deserved everything good in life without doing anything to actually achieve it. But let me share a personal story real quick. There was a time in my life when I felt like I deserved success simply because I had worked hard and faced numerous challenges. I had put in the hours, dealt with setbacks, and felt like the universe owed me a break. But that break never seemed to come. I became so fucking frustrated, bitter, and started to question why I wasn't getting the rewards I thought I deserved. And I see a lot of people doing that right now. I see people saying to themselves and to others, oh, I deserve to get that job as a manager, even though I don't have the experience or the knowledge. But I have endured this much in my life, so I know I deserve it. But yet they don't learn how to become a manager, what they need to do to become a manager. They don't learn any of that. In my case, this mindset led me down a path of inaction. I was so focused on what I believe I was owed that I stopped taking the steps necessary to achieve my goals. I was waiting for something to be handed to me, but I learned this again the hard way. Life doesn't work that way. It wasn't until I had a conversation with a mentor who challenged my thinking that things began to change. My mentor asked me a simple question, and this is why it's so important to have mentors or friends that question you. The question that I was asked was, what are you doing today to move closer to your goals? Oh shit, that question changed everything for me. That question hit me like a fucking ton of bricks because it made me realize that I had been so caught up in what I thought I deserved that I had lost sight of what I could actually do to make those things happen. It was a wake-up call that led me to shift my focus from entitlement to action. I began to take ownership of my life. Instead of waiting for success to come to me, I started actively pursuing it. I set clear goals, developed new skills, and took risks that I had previously been too afraid to take. I was like, you know what? If I want to get to a certain point in my life, not just for me, but so I can take care of my wife, I have to learn new things. I have to take risk. And guess what? The success I had been waiting for finally started to materialize. Not because I deserved it, but because I fucking worked for it. This is the power of action to achieve success and happiness. So, why is the concept of deserving so problematic? That's a good question. And I want to hear your answer because a lot of people don't see it this way. My answer to that is that at its core, the idea of deserving is based on a sense of entitlement, believing that certain outcomes should be handed to you based on your past experiences, based on your past efforts, or simply because of who you are. I have heard people say, well, my family endured this much to move to the United States, so I deserve this. I'm American, I deserve this. I went to high school, I deserve this. I went to college, I deserve this. But this mindset overlooks a fundamental truth. Success and happiness are not guaranteed. And they are not owed to anyone. However, they can be earned through action and perseverance. When you focus on what you think you deserve, you put yourself in a passive position. You're waiting for something external to validate you, rather than taking control of your own destiny. This passivity can lead to a lack of motivation and initiative, as you're constantly looking for reasons why you haven't received what you believe you're entitled to, rather than focusing on what you can do to earn it. It's better to earn it, because when you earn it, no matter what others say, you're going to say to yourself, fuck you, I earned this. I put in the work, I earn it, it's mine. On the other hand, when you shift your focus from what you deserve to what you can do, you take back control. You move from a mindset of entitlement to one of empowerment. You start to see yourself as the architect of your own life, responsible for your own success and your own happiness. This shift is not just fucking crucial. It's liberating because it puts you in the driver's seat. You're no longer waiting for life to happen to you. You're making life happen, which is something that you need to do in this life. Make it happen for you. Research in psychology supports this approach. Studies have shown that people who take an active, goal-oriented approach to life, those who focus on what they can do rather than what they feel they're owed, are more likely to achieve success and experience higher levels of satisfaction. They're also more resilient in the face of challenges because they see setbacks as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as evidence that they've been treated unfairly. How many of you have said that, oh, life is so unfair, my relationship, my partner is so unfair, all of this, I'm treated so unfairly by life? I said that so many times growing up. And you might be wondering, but isn't it okay to want what I think I deserve? And the answer is, fuck yes. Yes. It's natural to want recognition, to want success, and to want happiness. But the key difference is in how you approach getting those things. Do you sit back and wait for them to come to you? Or do you actively pursue them? That's the difference. Consider this. Every successful person you admire didn't get to where they are because they waited for what they thought they deserved. Elon Musk didn't do that. Edison didn't do that. Ford didn't do that. Steve Jobs didn't do that. They took actions, made sacrifices, and put in the work, often without any guarantee of success. They didn't rely on the notion of deserving. They relied on their ability to make things happen. By focusing on action rather than entitlement, you open yourself up to a world of possibilities. You stop wasting energy on what hasn't happened and start creating the conditions for your success. This mindset shift is empowering because it reinforces the idea that you have control over your life and that you can influence your outcomes through your efforts, which is extremely important. Imagine the freedom that comes from letting go of the idea that you're owed something and embracing the mindset that you have the power to create what you want. It's a shift from passivity to empowerment, from frustration to motivation. And that's where real growth and success happens. Believe me, this is what I have done for the last 10 years, and the changes that I see in my life, the successes that I have been able to achieve are way better than waiting for something to happen. But let's get into some practical steps to move from a mindset of entitlement to one of action. And again, like I always say, these are the steps that work for me. These are the steps that have worked for my wife. So I'm just putting it out there for you. First, start by saying clear, actionable goals. What do you want to achieve, and what steps can you take today to move closer to that goal? Break it down into manageable tasks and focus on what you can do right now. Second, cultivate a growth mindset. Instead of thinking what you deserve, think about what you can learn and how you can grow. Every setback is an opportunity to develop new skills, to gain new insights, and become more resilient. Embrace challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles. Third, practice gratitude. Instead of focusing on what you believe you're owed, focus on what you already have. Gratitude shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance, reminding you of the resources and opportunities you already possess to create the life you want. And lastly, take responsibility for your outcomes. If something doesn't go your way, resist the urge to blame others or the universe. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do differently next time? Or how can I improve my approach? Taking ownership of your results is a powerful way to stay motivated and on track. One of the things that work for me is that when I look back at my mistakes, it pisses me off, right? It pisses me off, and it should piss you off. But instead of getting frustrated, instead of getting angry, I use that energy to push forward after I learn how to overcome that setback. I use that same energy that could hold me back to push me forward. That's how I do it. Because an emotion is energy. You just need to point it to a, in this case, to a place where it's going to help you grow and not hold you back. I believe in your ability to shift from the illusion of deserving to the reality of action. It's not about giving up on your dreams or settling for less. It's about recognizing that you have the power to create the success and happiness you seek. The world does not owe you anything, but you have everything you need within you to achieve your goals. Remember, success isn't something that's handed to you. It's something you work for day in and day out. By focusing on what you can do, by taking responsibility for your life, you become the master of your destiny. You're no longer waiting for life to happen. You're making life happen. You're going after things. You're creating your life. You're creating your success, your happiness. You're doing all of these things for you and for those you care about. And that's how you should live your life. You need to start making life happen to you. You need to create what you want. You need to learn the skills that you need. You need to take the steps that you have to take to get to where you want to get to. Because without taking action, nothing is going to happen. It's like people wanting to win the lottery, but never buying a ticket. It's never going to happen, right? So think about it. Let me know your opinion about this in the comments. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining me today on the Bad Influence Podcast. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who might need a reminder to focus on action over entitlement. Together, we can break free from the illusion of deserving and step into a mindset of empowerment and growth. So, stay focused, stay determined, and keep pushing forward. Until next time, have a great day.